Hey, call me Shape, Playboys. I'm back. In this video, I'm reacting to a No Fugazi video. Shout out to the No Fugazi podcast right there in PA. You know, we're repping Jersey. Anyway, before I get into the video, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel. Channel's blowing up. We're going straight like this. Help us get to 10,000 subs. All right, this video is titled Cooley Shocks Woman with This Fact. Let's get right into it.
Yeah. So here's the question. If you take away sex in a relationship,
like I'm not having sex with him?
Yeah, like if you take away sex, you're not having sex with him. What can a man take away that is the equivalent of sex? If you have the right, what's question? Okay, if you have the if you have that right. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah. What's ours? Okay, so just what's our equivalent to sex? Like if you take away sex, what would be the equivalent to that if the man would take something away? What do you think?
I guess like not taking me out.
That's
dating.
Okay.
That's ridiculous.
Not taking you out on a date?
I guess.
Okay. That's okay.
But
not courting her.
Wait, if you take sex away from him, that doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
Wait, if you take sex away from him, you're not going to go.
Ladies, I'll get to you. But that's all your answer? Or you want to elaborate?
But like both people want to have sex. It's not like I'm the only one.
But it's a hypothetical. So like, say if you're in a relationship and you don't have sex with the man, you're taking away your sex.
Okay.
Now, what would be the equivalent on a man's end? What's equivalent to you taking away sex from the things that he's given? What would you say that he would have to take away to be equivalent to sex?
Yeah, probably like not take me on dates.
Okay. Not taking out. Okay, fair enough. What about you?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Friendship.
Friendship. Okay.
That's
fair enough. What about you?
I think that's a ridiculous question because I don't really think that necessarily.
It's a hypothetical.
It's a hypothetical.
Yeah, but the reason why I think it's ridiculous is because I don't think there's anything that's necessarily equal to it. So it's like,
well, it's your opinion.
it's like when
It's just your opinion.
But I'm just saying like, but what I'm trying to say is that at that point it just becomes petty. It's like, well, I'm not gonna sleep with you, and he's like, well, I'm not gonna take you out on dates. Like that's just stupid.
We know that it's petty. It's just a hypothetical. It's the chat question.
This is for entertainment purposes.
Say whatever kind of guy that is. It's like, well,
well then we gotta say whatever kind of girl that is. You know what I'm saying?
You're thinking too much into it.
Well, yeah, too. If you're already sleeping with the guy, then you're taking that away. He would have had to like do.
No, okay, you see, stop right there, stop. You're going way too deep. It is not that deep.
Yeah, it ain't that deep. It's just a very hypothetical. What do you think is equivalent?
What is something that you...
There's nothing equivalent.
Okay, what is something that you really want from a guy?
Bro, remember, she religious. She said she a virgin. She said nothing equivalent.
There's nothing
Fair
equivalent
enough.
to that.
All right. Let's go with Shelly.
I have to say you gave a very interesting answer because I was trying to say, I could see what you're saying, like what's an equivalent? Maybe the friendship. Maybe, because that would really, because I know for a man, sex is very important, and taking that away would really aggravate him, right? For me, I care more about the emotional shit, like when my emotional needs aren't being met. You know, like the physical shit I can kind of meet on my own, okay? But the emotional shit for me, is, maybe as a female, that's kind of more.
There's no wrong answers here.
No, I kind of would have to agree with you. I think that's a fair.
But friendship is more than emotional.
It's more.
Because
No,
I'm
it
not
is.
emotional. I'm very logical. It's more of that connection. Like you and I can chill and just be.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I think
friends
that's
and
still a fair
bond
answer.
and just play games, go to the bar.
No, I see what you're saying. No, I agree
Emotional
with that.
connection.
I agree with
Let's
that.
move it right along.
Okay.
What about yourself, Brianna? And is it Brianna or Brianna?
Brianna.
Brianna.
Or you can call me Bree, whatever works for you.
Got it.
I'm going to have to say communication. I feel like communication's really like important to
That's
me.
fair. They stop talking to you.
And I'm not really the big person that like cares about sex. I more care about like the friendship, like what she said. So it's like, I think
Well, that's what we're saying.
communication would be just as equivalent, like importance.
The equivalent. Got
to
it.
me.
So if he took that away, that'd be just like if you took sex away.
Yeah.
Got it. What about you?
Well, this is kind of, it's all intertwined with everything that everyone's saying. I would say, well, love. Like a friendship's based off of love. If, you actually want a friendship, like you were saying, Denise, then there's some sort of like caring background. So, you have emotion. Even with, wanting something like you want to communicate. So, but everything comes back to love. So.
Okay. Got it. So, love don't pay the bills. Communication, not equivalent. Emotional connection, not equivalent. What y'all say over here? taking out on dates, not equivalent. The equivalent thing is a protector and a provider. So that's the equivalent. So if you strip it all down to the baseline, the man's nature from what he desires from a woman is sex. So that's that main commodity. That's your main agency. Because from sex comes his legacy, kids. Mm-hmm. And then the man's main commodity, if you strip everything down, you want this man to be a protector and to provide for you. You want security. You know what I'm saying? So that's the equivalent. If he's inadequate, can't keep a job, lacking in masculinity, if someone slaps your butt, he doesn't have the bravery to go ahead and protect you and stand up for you, well, you're going to look at him like, you're going to break up with him immediately. It's going to be no questions asked. Punk. Just like if you take away sex away, he's clapping other cheeks immediately. Immediately. Right away. So I would say that's the equivalent, because attraction isn't symmetrical, it's asymmetrical. So what the man wants in you, we don't want the same thing back in you. Like that you said, communication, love, and all of these things.
Don't want a man talking.
You know what? Let me stop it right there. Cooley has a great point. I didn't think he was going that way, but I respect it. But here's what I will say about that. Women desire male attention. That's like the ultimate thing. They want your attention. If you ignore them, that's nothing that women hate more than being ignored. That might be the absolute most deplorable thing to do to a woman. Trust me. Like, that could get their attention real quick. And so men, in a way, the way you could look at this is like, men, we trade our attention for sex, and women trade their sex for attention. Now, are there other things we're looking for in a relationship? Absolutely. As a man, we want your loyalty, right? Forget about if you're not just sleeping with us. If you're cheating on us, that's bad too. So we want your loyalty. Women do want your provision and your protection. I'm not disagreeing with that. But for the most part, people, we feel entitled to this. And a lot of relationships, they have those things, but they still break up.
That's what, like, you want.
That's
we
fair.
don't want that.
We don't want a man talking as much as we do. We want you to tune out some. We know you tune out sometimes.
Yeah,
That's fair.
but not only that, like, I know that you do want those things as well, but like the main thing that's equivalent to sex, I would say, is protecting and providing.
I kind of have to agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I have to say, as much as I want to be this, new age, this and that, a lot of it is very primitive. It really is very primitive. It is. You are looking for a man. It doesn't mean he has to go out and hunt but there is a certain element. Yeah, that kind of goes back to that. Because for us, you're right, the number one drive for us, I don't believe, for most women, I would say, is not the sex. But for men, I would agree with you, it's the sex.
Number one drive for ladies is security. Now, of course, y'all all emotional creatures, so you do want, like, the things that y'all said is valid, but it's the closest thing to equivalent, because nothing is equal, but the closest thing to equivalent on that a man could truly take away, that's equivalent to sex would be.
My point, though, is that
I know what you were saying.
Because men...
But if you flip it, then you'll be like, well, what's that one thing? Because for you, if you're truly a virgin, nothing is compared to sex. That's why you've been, you have so much sexual temperance, because you know the importance of sex. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So then it's like, okay, for us, the most important thing is like, well, yeah, we may talk to a girl, but when we're like providing for a chick and willing to take a bullet for a girl, well, that's like the top. And sex is like that top. So, but good stuff. Good stuff, ladies.
For you, so I'm gonna take that away if you're not gonna give me what I need.
Good stuff, ladies. And Holiday Tone, good question, bro. I see you in here. We got Gus sends in $2. He says she's 33 and okay, can't say that word on YouTube. Let's just say
if they're talking about me and they're calling me retarded, I'll happily take that charge. Call me retarded all you want. I don't care. You can call me retarded. You can call me autistic. You'd say I have Asperger's. That means
have you been called that before?
No, but I don't care. I know people make fun of me that way. That's the kindest, hardest, hardest
real quick.
People.
I got you,
the
Shelly.
most honest people you'll ever meet, and the funniest people you'll ever meet. And there's nothing wrong with it. And people could say whatever they want. I'm a very intelligent woman. When you're an intelligent woman, people want to come at you with you're this or that.
Intelligence is called listening and communicating to the person that's speaking to you.
I'm listening, but I'm not going to hear people passive aggressive say like a half thing like 33 and and like pretend that I don't know that you're trying to allude in a passive aggressive manner, that you're trying to call me retarded and make fun of my age, and it's not working.
Shelly, there's one person that's speaking to you right now.
I know, I got it. I'm just saying.
I'll let you get your rebuttal, but then it kept going. So I'm like, yo, I got chat. chats. You're
All right,
going to
go
keep
ahead.
going, so
Go
I got
on.
to shut it down.
Go on.
So just pay attention. And
I'm paying
whenever the chat
Just
is
like a
addressing
man.
you, I'll give you
Half and a half hour.
10 seconds to reply back to them. But you can't go on this big old tangent, okay? We got Holiday Tone again, sends in $2. He says, yo, son, look. Yo, son, it's Draymond Green.
Oh,
At the salad spot. Come on, bro. You know Holiday Tone coming for you, man.
what up, Tone?
Call you Draymond Green. We have Albert Wrights Media sends in $7. He says, rank in order what is most important in your partner. Okay, let's start with. Okay, sure. Yeah, you could get up.
Well, you could, if you want, if you want to
scared to
step
get up.
over.
No, you can get up. You can truly
get
get
up
up and
and
step
then-
over.
Can it not go on?
No,
Put
just
the
go.
camera on me. You're good. And then when you get up, you're fine.
Yeah, the camera's on us. So
Yeah, camera's
you're
on
good.
us. You're fine.
You're good.
And okay, so so chat says rank in order what is most important in your partner. We started with you last
Is it
time,
like
right?
top 3 or?
I'm gonna read it off to you real quick. Let's start with you.
Okay.
We got so rank was most important. Lots of money, great looking, not a cheater, right? Like he's not a cheater. So it's money, looks, or loyalty. Rank your order. What's most important? Yeah. Money, looks, loyal.
I already know.
You have to be loyal,
Okay.
then the money,
Okay.
and then the last one.
Cheater. Okay.
And yeah.
Got it. What about you?
I'm gonna have to go for loyal looks and then money.
Loyal looks, money. Fair enough. She's young, so she's like, I don't really care about money too much. You know what I mean?
yet.
You loyal. You look good.
I make my own money. Like I don't
I
have
feel
to
you.
somebody to take
Independent.
care of me. You know.
Girlfriend,
so-
when you're my age, you want
I got a question for you.
Because
right?
I'm tired.
So remember
If they take all your
when
money away.
you explained your relationship, and you was like, well, yeah, I was dating this guy. He was young, and like I used to pay for most of the stuff when we would go out. And one of the reasons you said one of the reasons why I kind of like broke up with him is because he wasn't like there yet, and like you were doing better than him, right? And that's gonna stay with you forever because that's called hypergamy.
This is my
meaning-
one and only relationship.
I got you.
actually.
I'm just letting you know I'm giving you some game right now. That's gonna stay with you forever. All women are hypergamous. Hypergamy means that women want a man that's doing better than them in all regards, like in all aspects. Taller, stronger. Like think about why you're attracted to tall men. Think about why you're attracted to a guy with big arms, broad shoulders, and the jaw structure.
can I
You're just
say
naturally
something?
attracted to that. Sure.
For me personally, I feel like I don't really need much. Like I need a guy that can serve me more than what I already serve myself.
For sure.
Like I go to the gym, I
Yep.
work out, I make money. I am I can get all my stuff done. I'm task oriented, good with managing my time. I need somebody that can give me a real feeling, like a real connection,
Yeah.
more than the materialistic things,
Yeah.
And I think she has a good point there. Here's the thing: women got to choose between loyalty, looks, and money. Most women will look at it like this: very practical. They get money on their own, so I got my own money. I don't need them to have money. So now they're choosing between someone that's loyal or looks. Now, so either a good-looking guy that cheats or a decent-looking guy that's loyal. Most girls are going to choose loyalty over looks because their assumption is they're still getting looks, just not as good-looking as a guy might be who's not faithful. So they're going to definitely never choose looks over loyalty. And for those that want money, they're going to put money first. Like the older woman said that she's tired, she don't want to work anymore, and she probably be willing to deal with a man that's not as faithful, but more attractive.
It's much, and what I'm speaking to is much more than the material aspect, right? Because if a man can't, if the man doesn't have the ability to meet a certain threshold of income, then obviously he's lacking in characteristic traits.
Is that what you think, that the more
sure.
money a man has, the more skills he has type thing? Or
I'll
the
tell
more-
you, right? So only 20% of the population makes $100,000 a year, right? And there's a reason to it. It's because most human beings are just lazy. That's the facts. They're lazy. So
We were talking about this.
when we're speaking about a man is put on this earth to provide provides service to people. You know what I mean? And he's put on this earth in a relationship to be a protector and a provider to a woman, right? So if he's not out there doing his main duties, obviously he's lacking in some areas. He's inadequate to some degree. Now, when you're young, that's fine. But as you in your 30s and stuff like that, then
Like,
that's when it
expect to
becomes
be,
you
like,
expect
something.
things to him to be a man. And these women can definitely tell you they ain't settling for no broke dude. So all I'm just saying that
Like
Go ahead.
even what you were saying to me earlier, how you want to like live on a farm. How are you going to do that if your man's not providing?
Well, no. Well,
And,
I'm
like-
we're
not
just
trying
talking
to
about
say.
your order still.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the other thing with the money thing is men need to make their own money. I'll tell you why. Not even if you had a rich woman. I think a man needs to make his own money. I'll tell you why. Not about that she can't pay for dinner. Man's ego gets hurt. I feel
Incorrect.
like you don't feel like a man's ego
No.
gets hurt when they're not making. If they got a woman that's doing everything for them, taking care of, making all the money, aren't they going to feel like I'm not fulfilling my purpose as a
Nope.
protector, provider?
No, they're going to want to
Explain.
take advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Men like to
they'll
take
want
advantage
exactly. They'll
sometimes.
just take
That's fair.
advantage.
You have
So
to.
But most men, do all men feel that way? I mean,
yeah, I'll let you know. So the reason why you think that the man is insecure because he's maybe making less than a woman is because subconsciously the woman views him as less. So what she does is she projects her view of the man onto him. Think about it. If you're making more money than your
Interesting
man,
thought. It's an interesting
obviously
thought.
you see him as less. Like, oh, he's inadequate. Then if you're seeing him as less, what follows next? You start to speak to him as less as well. So first comes a thought, then comes the action when you're actually treating him as less. And then what that does is that creates conflict in a relationship.
Depends what the money is, though. Like, say she's
The-
got stupid a lot of money, but what if it's like the disparity is too large? Like, it's where
The
maybe
one part you said was true in the beginning. If a woman is making a whole lot of money, normally that dynamic doesn't even work because he's not even a qualified option for her. She looks
He
past
even look his
him.
way.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian, J-Lo,
That's true.
Beyonce,
That's true. They
all of
don't-
these women in the higher upper
Yeah, give up
echelon,
time. Yeah.
they don't even see most men.
They don't even
These
see
dudes
me.
are invisible.
I'm invisible.
Like these dudes is transparent. They see through men. No, what?
They
It was
see through
guys
me.
there? I thought it was just a
That's
lady.
anyone shorter than me.
Look, those women
it?
walk in restaurants and live lives and walk through
Don't height
malls.
shame me.
Look, they don't see anyone
saying, I have
at all.
friends, but
Also, yeah, get the
That's,
reactions.
that's where it's gonna end.
They
You know
don't
what I'm
see
saying?
anyone at all. It's very transparent. So all I'm just saying is, I get what you're saying. The first part, yes, if a woman is making more, the guy should still be working and putting his best foot forward first because he still wants to maintain a masculine frame, and masculinity is being the best version of yourself. So working to always try to be better. Yes, he still wants to work, but the woman is always going to look down at him in most cases, but it's not because she's looking down at him because he's looking down at himself. No, she just views him as less because women have a hypergamous nature. You naturally, it's in your nature to want a man that's just better than you. Like, you want a superior. You don't want an equal. Like, think about it, ladies. In all aspects, if you had to choose your dream guy, you would want him taller. Show of hands.
Oh, we know.
Dream guy.
I think it makes me feel more secure. It makes me feel more secure. It's
Show
a
of
security
hands.
thing for me.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Wherever I'm wrong, I'll let you know. If you don't put up a hand, we'll talk about it. Now, dream guy. Taller than you?
A little bit
Show
taller.
hands. Okay.
At least a little bit taller.
At
A
least
little bit.
Preferably making more money than you? Yup.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
It does.
I feel like money. See, I said
I said
money's
preferably
last.
making more money.
Oh, making. Okay, then yeah.
Yeah. Also, more competent than you are. Competent is the ability to complete tasks and accomplish goals.
Oh, I need a man that can do
More
that.
Competent?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a
Competent.
little bit. Yeah, I know, but I feel like that's a little bit convoluted because more competent at certain things. Yes.
Yeah, men do excel
I mean,
at certain things,
I'm
and
sure
females
you're
are.
not
No,
more
that's a fair.
competent.
That's a fair
Because-
point.
only
You
because
do
we have-
acting and you sing.
No, she's got a fair point. There's
things.
certain things that women we task better at, and there's certain things that men task better at.
I'm just
We
saying,
know.
like, I want him
I
more
got it.
competent. at
Competent
being
in
a
the
man,
areas
you know what I
that
mean?
you look for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. Okay, so more competent. So think about it, ladies. Let's do another one.
He's going to go down another tangent, and I'm going to just stop him right there. The money point she said, and some people missed out on this, but I think it's absolutely true. A man is not confident if his money ain't right. I'm telling you. You want to see a confident man? Show me a man that got some money. That's confidence. I know when I didn't have money, it affected my ego. Now, this is not relative to a woman. I'm just talking about as far as if I don't feel secure and I'm able to go to a restaurant and have dinner, or I can't go out to eat really quickly because it will break me. My ego is, you know what I'm saying, on ice right there, on thin ice, you know what I'm saying? But as far as making less than a woman, that don't bother us. We don't feel intimidated by women based on them having more money. I think Cooley is right here when he said that, you know, women project the fact that they look down on us when we make less money, which is so funny to me, you know, because it's almost as if money's the only thing that separates men and women, and it clearly is not. The first thing they're talking about is that women look to us to protect and provide for them, right? You take the provision out of it, they still want us to protect them. So it's not like if they got more money than us, they can protect us now, right? So you don't become a man just because you got more money. So them looking down on us is delusion in a way. But yeah, no. All this idea that we're insecure that you have more money than us, we're not. Only man that's really insecure about that is a beta man. That's a beta man, okay? Or beta male, I should say. Maybe not a man, a beta male. And as far as the girl trying to chime in and saying that, you know, she don't care about money, what those girls are trying to say that you can't buy them. Okay, I think I understand when women talk about that, meaning that money is not the high priority for them. If it was, they might be doing OnlyFans. They might be doing a lot of promiscuous things for money that they won't do. They're trying to say that they have morals, they have standards, and money's not the end-all, be-all, which I agree for most women. So she's not wrong, but that wasn't a question they were really asking. But let me let them get back into it. This is a decent conversation, and I'm trying to see where he shocks women with the fact.
Would you like the man stronger than you?
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Okay.
100%. I
Now,
don't want a man that I could beat in a wrestling
four
match.
things that we mentioned, ladies,
I can't handle
this proves that you want a superior being. You don't want any man equal
We're
to
afraid
you.
to say that, and I'll tell you why. And you guys can argue with me if I'm wrong on this. Because the second you use that word superior being, you're putting this guy in this plateau where we always owe you something now.
Don't owe us.
No, but
You don't
see,
owe us anything.
but when it's phrased like that, and I'm not saying that's the intentionality behind what you're saying, but when it's phrased like that, it kind of makes us feel like they're on a higher level, and then like my ex thought he was a higher level. It's always like I always
tell
owe
you
you
why.
something.
I'll tell you why you feel that way.
I think it's all about perception.
Superior in those
It
things.
is about perception.
though.
I agree
I
with
think
that.
I would kind
perception.
of
Not
want the man
necessarily-
to be on a higher level because, I don't know, like, I kind of want the guy to make the decisions. Like, I want him.
And most women do, and that's
Yeah,
okay.
That's his God-given role as a man. This is just faith because I don't know anything else to think about, but Adam's job was to overlook the garden, and he failed in protecting his lady in the garden, which is why when you look at commercials and when you see commercials targeting women, everything is so pretty. Everything is shopping, where colors, where everything is targeting us because we're so
Women are more
vulnerable.
susceptible to outside influences than men. So this is
For
why
men's job is not the superior. It's the role biblically is the man's job, the husband's job is to love his wife as much as Christ loved his church, that he gave his life for the church, correct? My job as a wife is to submit to my husband, right? Because we as a church submit to the word of God, okay? And it's not an obedience thing. I think you
What do
and
you
this
mean
is
by
my-
submit? What do you mean by submit?
Submit is like, for instance, I don't want to say like to know your role, but we ought to know. Naturally, we know our role. We have kids. We nurture our kids, right? And then our husbands will go out and look and work and provide, right? And naturally, he'll protect us. But if a man, let's say like these two are fighting, naturally we don't want that, but we let them do their man thing, right?
Maybe I'd be willing to submit if he was doing the providing
He's
and protecting.
supposed to.
But if he's not doing the providing and protecting, I don't feel like
so he's
submitting
failing
shit.
as a man. Like
Yeah.
I have a son.
That's a fair way to look. I'm trying
Yeah.
to.
very simpler for you.
I'm going to stop everybody because that girl is going on a great point. I love when people bring Christ and the Jesus into everything. Awesome. She's referring to Genesis 3:16, and what that means is that the curse, Eve's curse, and Adam were both cursed, right? Why? Because they ate from the tree of life. They listened to the serpent. The serpent deceived Eve. Eve deceived her husband Adam, and now they're punished by God. Eve's punishment was that she would have pain in childbearing, and that she must submit to her man, even though she would desire to control him. This is all in the Bible. She would desire to control him, but she must submit to him, and he will rule over her. This is in the Bible, right? Which I think is what we're still seeing to this day. It's the battle of the sexes. You want to control your man, but he will rule you. And this is why, to this day, I think women conflate that, where they need to submit to all men. No, you only need to submit to your husband. In the church, right, men and women are equal, but in a marriage, they're not. So if a woman sees another man in the world, he is not her superior. She doesn't have to submit to him. She only has to submit to her husband. That's where there is a power conflict. But in public, amongst other people, there's no power conflict. But women and society has conflated these two things, that if a woman has to submit to her husband, she has to submit to all men. It's not the case. That's why when this girl brought up, if he can't protect me, provide for me, then he's not your husband. You know what I'm saying? Your husband has to protect and provide. That's his duty, and your duty is to submit to him. That's our obligation to the Lord, okay? Not necessarily to the husband himself, but to God. That's what he wants from us.
All of what you ladies, it's in your nature to submit to a man. It's in a man's nature to submit to God. It's in the kid's nature to submit to the parents, right?
He got it wrong there, and I'm cool. I don't want to call you out, but it's in their nature to submit to their husband. Their husband will rule over them. That's what they said in the Bible. Not all men. You're not submitting to all men. This is where we get it confused.
So it's an order to things. God over man, man over woman, woman over children. That's just the order of life. And the reason is, I'm not making this up. Think about your answers. To the 4 questions, you want a superior being. So obviously, if you get that, you will automatically submit. It's not like you will be pressured to submit. Submittance doesn't happen when it's pressured.
The word that you nailed it with right there was pressure.
Yeah, it doesn't happen with pressure.
Because
it
that
happens,
pressure makes you counteract.
Yeah, it happens naturally.
Yeah. Protection, you will naturally want to submit
that
because
I
you
agree
feel
with.
security,
and
right?
sexually, it's very, very true.
And that's what it is. You haven't met the right man.
That's true.
To want to submit.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yep. And then also, you were saying something, and I wanted to reply back to it before the conversation kind of went off on another topic. But you were saying,
Me?
No, not you. It was Shelly. Shelly, you said something on the lines of, well, I think that what was the convo about?
It'll come back to you.
No. It's right there. You were talking to her, and you said that, well, what was it? Like something wasn't natural, you said. I'm like, wait, what? No, I got to speak on that. You kind of interpret it wrong. Anyways, it'll probably come back.
Can I say what I
wanted
to say? So I said money was last because, like, I feel like that's... Okay. Money's important in a relationship, but it's also something that can be worked on together.
For sure,
Like,
yeah.
That other person can help you, and I chose looks as number 2 because, I want to be attracted to them. I want to be able to, like...
They look more attractive when they're making money, I'll tell you right now.
As you get older,
That's a fact. They start looking a lot better when they're making their own money.
I'm going to say my order is going to be the same as hers because, I don't want ugly children.
Right. Like me.
You be surprised. Sometimes you see you're very beautiful woman. You're very lucky, very beautiful. But there's some people you get 2 ugly people make a beautiful baby. You get sometimes 2 beautiful people make an ugly baby.
You're right.
Right? You've seen that.
But it's true about what she said. I want to be attracted to whoever I'm gonna be.
That is the sexual desire in them. A lot of women only want to sexually please a man they're attracted to. That's all that has to do. It's not to do with, they want beautiful babies. No, a lot of women only want to do their freaky stuff to a man they desire. Sex, attractive wise, physically.
The rest of my life.
Like money's something that...
Oh, one more thing. Men, this is why it's important to get in shape, stay fit, stay healthy, keep a low body fat, all that. Because the type of sex you have with women when you're fit is way different than when you're just attractive in the face, or if you're average in the face, you got an average body. You ain't never seen the heights of female desire. Female desire is through the roof when they're attracted to your face and your body. They want to kiss every inch of your body. I'm telling you, they want to suck nipples and all that. It shit is weird. I don't like that shit, but that's how women are when they're really attracted to you.
work on. Let me, help you. Let's get you an interview.
What happens when they get all old and wrinkly, though?
Well, then we're going to be retired.
But see,
then.
That's where the money comes in.
That's a little bit different, though. I don't mean like.
I'm gonna get you. What you didn't answer that question, yeah? Did you?
No,
So, yeah,
what
we're
I was
gonna get
trying
around
to say,
you.
just to answer her, like,
Yeah.
like the problem is that you have to. The reason why I would put money last is not because it's something that can be worked on. That's not really why. It's just more so because I'm not trying to.
Wait, you said money can't be worked on?
No, I'm saying the reason why I put it last is not because it can be worked on, because
Okay.
it has to do with so much more than just, if the person has a job and they have drive and they're working towards something, but they just don't, they're just whatever they're doing, even they love what they're doing. The guy loves what he's doing, you know what I mean? But he is working towards something, but he's just not making that much money right now. You can work, that's something you can work with.
For sure.
But you can't really work with someone who,
Has
speaking
no
from-
drive and no
speaking from
motivation.
personal
Yeah, I can
experience,
agree with that. Yeah.
I can't be the one trying to push him to provide.
Yeah, and that's what-
that can't be
Then
my
you're being
job.
That should be
masculine.
innate. It should be innate. that
Yeah,
they
but
I guess
believe.
the way that I
right?
said it.
It's
made
very
seem that
simple.
way.
Money, motivate, like drive, motivation, all of these words. If you peel back the layer, you're still expecting money at some point. So that drive and ambition in a man, and him being assertive and dominant and have the will to create a good future for himself and for you, that's just money at the end of the day. So that goes into that pretty much.
but I guess the thing is that what's money? Like a lot of money or enough?
Stability.
You know what I mean? Like
stable.
enough money is enough money. They don't need to make $100,000 a year. But if we can live
With inflation?
In today's day and
Oh,
age?
no.
Oh, yeah, now you do. Now you do.
But you just said only 20% of men even make $100,000 a year.
Well, men and women.
Okay.
And gay
yeah,
men.
so there you go.
And gay women as well.
So the amount of people actually making 100,000 is so low.
That's as individuals. But as families, you definitely want to push towards that in most major cities in America. You definitely want to try to combine two $50,000 salaries to make $100K. Is it the case right now? No. The only group of people that are doing that right now are, shockingly, Indian people. Shout out to the Indian immigrants who are the median income for their household is $100K, which is above white people, which is $80K. It's above Spanish people, which is somewhere around, I don't know, $70K, and black people that it's below $50,000, which is sad but true. And this is why black people, we got to do better, right? We got to hold each other accountable. We got to work harder. And I think we're more than capable of being in the top two. I'm just saying.
That it's like, that's why I would say it's not the top of my list, because
Okay, so then, all right, so what's the first and the second thing on your list?
loyalty's first.
Loyalty first and then
Then looks.
Okay, so you got the same as hers.
Yeah.
What about you, Denise? What's on your list?
It was 3 things.
3 things. So it's money,
Looks,
loyalty, and looks. What's the order?
Looks.
First?
Yes.
Okay.
I have to be attracted to you.
Homie can slay something else.
No, yeah. You got to. What are you're gonna? I'm not gonna be in a relationship with somebody I don't find attractive.
Okay, fair enough.
So I
What's the
guess-
second thing?
Loyalty is a huge thing because it shows me
Loyalty.
his moral compass, right? Discipline, consistency, and then money.
Okay, fair enough. What about you?
Wait, she put money last, and she was the one talking about she need that money first because she's tired. This is why you can't trust what women say. They say one thing one moment, and the next moment they say something else.
Loyalty, money, looks.
Loyalty, money,
Same as
looks.
me.
Okay, loyalty, money, looks. All right, fair enough. All right, let's get to the next super chats. And ladies,
All right, so I'm gonna stop it right there. Pretty good conversation. I'm not too sure where he shocked them. I think they all disagreed. I think that he might have shocked them when he said that, what they really want is provision and protection. I was a little bit shocked by that when he said that. I was more or less thinking kind of like the woman intention. But the reason why I said that, and I'm just making another conclusion about this again, is just that women feel entitled to that. I don't think we really think about how safe of a society we live in right now. We don't live in a country where there is war, right? And if you live in a war ridden country, you might think differently about provision and protection. But we live in a pretty safe environment where we could, even as single people, go to the grocery store by ourselves, come home by ourselves. I'm talking about women predominantly. Men, we're not worried about that. We gonna throw them fists if somebody tries something. But even in the society for women, it's relatively safe. Beyond the standard of the world, we think this is the norm. Not really. You could see videos all over the internet about how women get mugged and robbed by men on foot, on bicycles, on mopeds, on all types of shit. Men will just drive up, snatch their purse. I've seen all types of stuff. So I think that's where we are when it comes to modern women. We expect that. So Cooley's right. That's a requirement, but because people feel that requirement's already satisfied, they're looking towards other things such as attention, luxury things that you could expect from a man. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? I do want to make one other comment. I do think women for men are not necessary for survival the way we are necessary for their survival. And that's why, as a whole, women are a luxury item. You know, women are always going to be a luxury item for men for the most part. And having a legacy is a luxury. You know, you don't need it to survive, but you need it to keep passing on your genes. And so when you fulfill the basic things as a man, then you can have a woman. This is why I tell men, get your money right, get your mind right, get your body right, get your health right. All those things first, then dabble in women, because women are a luxury. Everything else I talked about, absolute necessities in life. You can't be anything as a man without them. So like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys. I got more videos like this. I did a poll recently asking you guys if you guys want me to do more dating advice videos, if you wanted me to do more roasting delusional women. So far, the polls are 100% to 0 in roasting delusional women. So that's what we're going to do. Female delusion awareness is a movement now, and we're going to stick to that. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there.